welcome to Doorway to Freedom. My name is Penelope and I'm a hypnopsychotherapist. So today I would like to share with you about the two main functions of the unconscious mind. This will probably help you understand better certain issues that you or maybe someone you know may have or may have had in the past. So the first very important function is that of being like a recording machine. It records every single bit of information that we experience through our lives, and it simply remains in there until the moment we die. The brain takes in 400 billion bits of information every second, and of these only about 2000 remain in our conscious awareness, and it doesn't remain there forever because our conscious awareness, the part of the brain that makes us conscious, actually has a very short span memory, whereas the unconscious memory is like a vast library where all this information is stored, and it's stored there forever basically. So what happens is all this information is not easily retrievable in our conscious state, in an awake state. As we relax and relax more and more deeply, this information becomes more and more easily retrievable. And this is what we hypnotherapists do in our daily job. We go look for memories that have had a high impact on the person in front of us, and we will work with the memory and with emotions associated to it in a way that the unconscious mind understands there is no need to trigger the feelings related to the memory ever again. So this is a very important function that the mind has, because it helps us resolve issues that normally in a traditional setting of the awake state wouldn't really be useful. The other very important function of the unconscious mind is that of keeping us safe. Now, this is a primordial function that our mind has, and it is what has kept us safe to this day. What has kept mankind alive until today. And this function is strictly related to the fight or flight response. And for the ones of you who don't know what the fight or flight response is, this is an instinctive response that we have whenever we perceive our life to be in danger. But not only that, we have to find ourselves just in a situation that makes us scared enough for this response to be triggered. Now, whereas this function has been extremely useful to keep us alive through the millennia, what happened here is that while our brain and society have developed in a way that nowadays we don't really find ourselves in a real life-threatening situation like it used to happen maybe 3,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago, when man used to go out hunting almost daily and would easily find himself in a life-threatening situation with wildlife animals. Nowadays, thankfully, we don't find ourselves that often in this kind of situation. However, the fight or flight response can be very easily triggered, and it is an issue nowadays because it is what causes a lot of mental health issues. And I'll give you a quick example to make you better understand. If you take phobias, they are probably the most clear mental health issue that someone has that is strictly related to the fight or flight response being triggered. For example, if you take someone who has a phobia of the lifts, this person has probably been in a situation where they feared that the lift might stop, or maybe they actually were in an actual situation where they found themselves stuck in a lift. and this has instilled a phobia of the lifts. The fight or flight response was triggered and it has caused this fear. Now, it's important to know that a person that doesn't need to necessarily find themselves in an extremely fearful situation. It is enough for a person to hear about someone else having been in a life-threatening situation. It is enough for the person to maybe have watched a movie where there was a scene that someone was stuck in a lift for hours, if not for days, because anyway, we know how movies work. You know, things can get really supercharged with danger and emotions. And this can easily, even just watching a situation, can easily instill a phobia in the watcher or in the listener, simply because the unconscious mind doesn't actually know the difference between reality and imagination. And this is even more true with children who are very suggestible and impressionable. So I hope you found this information useful. Please, if you did, like it and share it, and feel free to leave any comments, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.